What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Power JT, and today I'm bringing you NFL players that will get cut at the start of the off-season or could be on their way out. So this should be fun. So stick around and watch the video. These are the players that's already on their way out. They're packing the bags right now as we speak. They know they're finna get cut, and the teams know they're finna get cut as soon as the new season starts in March. The first player that's doing that right now is Brandon Marshall. Anytime you pay a wide receiver a $16 million contract for 2 years and he only plays in 2 games and has 2 catches in both of those games, it's no telling that he knows he's on his way out. Brandon Marshall only played in 2 games and only caught 2 passes. And then got injured and, well, was just like the Giants season, a disaster. This is a no-brainer. Mike Glennon, you see his stats. 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a botched snap against the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, he's on his way out. He was god awful. Well, he wasn't god awful, but yeah, he was god awful. I mean, couldn't get no worse than him. I guess that's why they was willing to put Mr. Trubisky in. And you paid him $16 million guaranteed. Yeah, he's on his way out. Next up is Chris Ivory. He's on his way out. The Jaguars paid him a deal a few years ago that would get him $60 million. Not guaranteed, but that's what the contract was worth. Hasn't lived up to the hype. He's on his way out unless he takes a pay cut, which I doubt. Next up is Julius Thomas, another no-brainer. Peyton Manning made him what he was. Needs to be sending him a thank you card since it's Valentine's Day today. That's the only reason he's still playing in the NFL. Dude hasn't been anything since Peyton Manning has retired. 2 different teams, hasn't done anything. Next up, Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin is, well, yeah, he's a bust. But I think he'll get another chance at another team, get a chance to redeem himself. Maybe the Bears take a chance on him. But as an LA Ram, Tavon Austin will not be back with the Rams next season. I can almost guarantee that. Next up, I'm not quite sure about this, but it's Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan Stewart is 32 years old, and his production has decreased a big amount this season. Christian McCaffrey was starting to get more carries as the season progressed on, so I have a feeling he'll be getting his walking papers. Next up, or players that's almost at the door. It's not a guarantee that they're going to get cut, but it's not a guarantee that they're going to stay on the team. So, for this category, the first person we have up is Tyrod Taylor. You got benched for Nathan Peterman, and that was a disaster, but he did lead them to the playoffs. The first playoffs in like how many years? So, I mean, I could see the reason why, but his contract, though. But I really don't see who the Bills could put back there to replace him, because who wants to play for Buffalo? They're not going to get no good free agent quarterback, and I don't really like the draft class of these quarterbacks. Next up are the 2 pack wide receivers I saw earlier on NFL.com. Ronald Cobb, he's been irrelevant, hasn't been anything really in like 3 years, and Jordy Nelson. But I put them in this category because I feel they'll both be willing to take pay cuts, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to want to lose his left-hand man at Jordy Nelson. Next up is Dez Bryant. Can't wait to say this. Hasn't been the same since he dropped it. Just hasn't been the same. His stats have decreased majorly. And you can tell this by, look, he had a stretch of 3 good years when you throw it up to him. He was finna catch it in 2014 after he dropped that pass. Stats went down. 31 receptions, 401 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hasn't been pretty, so if he doesn't take it, I can pretty much assure that he's on his way out. Next up is Muhammad Wilkerson. Character issues, $56 million contract over 5 years. Don't know why the Jets gave him that, but if he doesn't take a pay cut, he could be on his way out. And lastly is Akeem Talib. He's on the trade block right now. He's owed 20 mil this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.